Hello, Com636. This is Denise Prizo, and this is my introduction video on my digital media analysis. When I first started this assignment, I was under the impression that I was pretty much digital media illiterate. But as I've gone further into this project, I've learned that I actually do participate more with digital media than I thought I did. Of course, my biggest thing with digital media is my personal computer, and I spend about 6.5 hours a day on the computer, and almost all of that time, of course, is spent during classwork. When we were on our last break, I hardly ever even turned my computer on, and it was nice to be able to spend some time with the family, and I enjoyed that time away from it. There's a couple of programs that I use a lot. Facebook Instant Messenger is probably the top, along with Google. My Facebook Instant Messenger, I send and receive about 123 messages a day, and the majority of that is in a chat group between I have a twin sister, my sister, my niece, my daughter, and myself. We're in a chat group, but to me, it's more a little bit of gossip kind of thing, so that does just stay on a lot. I do not actually text message a lot. I'll send and receive about 1 to 2 text messages a day. But again, I make up for that with the instant messenger. The other things that I usually participate in, of course, are email. I've actually started checking my email a lot more now that I've downloaded the Yahoo app onto my cell phone. And on average, most of my stuff is spam, just like everyone else. It's about 74 messages a day for spam. On average, I'll send and receive about 1 to 3 messages a week. The biggest things, I guess, that I use for digital media besides the computer and instant messenger is Snapchat and Google. My life seems to revolve around Google. I Google everything. I'm just on top of my head. Oh, let me Google that. I think I probably open up Google at least 15 to 20 times a day. Google just seems to run my life. I do have I do have a Twitter and an Instagram account, but I hardly ever use those. It's just not my cup of tea. Twitter and Instagram were something that I had to download for another class, that were a mandatory download. So I'm trying to get the feel of it, but it's just, to me, Instagram is too much like Facebook. So if I want to be on Facebook, I'll just hop on Facebook, which, by the way, I hardly ever do anymore either. So yeah, to me, Facebook just kind of gotten a little boring, and I'll get on and keep up with family and friends and share some photos, but Facebook's not my biggest thing anymore. When I first started with Facebook, probably back in 2009, I was constantly on Facebook. It was always playing games and spending money on farming stuff, virtual toys. And I think the time came for me when I was going through some photos, and every photo that I saw of myself was in front of the computer. And that was kind of my turning point with the digital media. And it made me realize that the family was more important than the computer. So I try to cut back on that. But again, with school, it's virtually impossible to not be on the computer with school. YouTube. This is only my second YouTube video ever, and I hardly ever get on YouTube. It's just, unless I'm looking for something specific, YouTube is really just not my thing either. But there's a couple of other programs, digitally that I use for digital media, and the programs that I actually keep on my phone: Pinterest, Spotify, because I love to listen to my oldies music. I don't know if anybody has the Flip app. The Flip app is a grocery store app. And you just type in, I'm looking to see what kind of sodas or dog food is on sale this week. And Flip will go through all of the grocery stores in your area and show you the best prices. So that's something that I use pretty much every day in addition to Google. But that's about me. Have a great day.